incident at her home to ASAP Rocky. Now, a lot of fans believe this could explain some of the tension people noticed behind the scenes, especially after the Met Gala drama started going viral. On March 8, 2026, at approximately 1:20 in the afternoon, the Beverly Crest neighborhood, where Rihanna's 13, an $8 million mansion, ocked by gunfire. According to prosecutors, at around 1:20 p.m. on March 8th, in the 9500 block of Heather Road. This is a neighborhood where Mariah Carey, Madonna, and Paul McCartney own homes. It is not a place you expect to hear rifle rounds echo off the hills either. According to a police report obtained by Rolling Stone, Rihanna and ASAP Rocky were inside an Airstream trailer parked outside the home when Rihanna heard approximately 10 loud sounds like something banging on metal. Rocky was asleep. Rihanna was. When she pulled back a curtain, she saw bullet holes in the front window of the Airstream, directly in front of where she had been sitting moments before. What she did next was instinct. Without hesitation, she moved to shield Rocky. The singer reportedly woke the rapper up, told him they were being shot at, and pushed both of them to the ground. According to court documents, she screamed, "Shooting at us." Rihanna reportedly screamed, "They're shooting at us," to ASAP Rocky during the chaos. But the bullets weren't just hitting the trailer. LA County District Attorney Nathan Homan said the gunfire struck Rihanna's home, a camp on the property, and another nearby home. A bullet hole was also found on the exterior wall of the home's second-floor nursery, where the couple's 3 children and a nanny were when the shooting happened. 3 children. The oldest, Rizza, was 3 years old. Riot Rose was 2. Baby Rocky, Irish Ayers, born just 5 months earlier, upstairs in that nursery. When Rihanna pulled back the curtain and saw bullet holes in the front window of the Airstream, she rushed to the back of the trailer where Rocky was sleeping. They then ran into the home to check Rihanna's mother and their staff. At the time, the home was occupied by their 3 children, as well as Rihanna's mother, a nanny, and a housekeeper. 10 people total were on the property. Investigators later found that 3 bullets reportedly impacted the windshield and side of the Airstream near where Rihanna was standing, but did not penetrate the trailer. That's what double-paned glass did. It held. But outside the trailer, the damage told a different story. Investigators found 6 bullet holes in the vehicle gate at Rihanna's home, along the 7th in a pedestrian gate. Inside the property, police found 3 bullet holes in a wooden fence covered by tall hedges. The shooting lasted several seconds, and then there was silence ASAP. Rocky and Rihanna fled their Beverly Hills home following the shooting. Rihanna and her family were spotted loading multiple vehicles with luxury luggage less than a day after the attack. The family did not return. Now, here's where this gets interesting. The internet immediately started asking questions. ASAP Rocky had just come off a gun trial months earlier. He'd been accused of shooting someone himself, and suddenly his home was getting shot up. Some people online started drawing lines between his past legal trouble and this attack. Others pointed at the title floating around that Rocky had somehow planned this shooting himself. So, let's lay out every trial to the woman who actually pulled the trigger and see what the facts say. Before the bullets hit Rihanna's Airstream, ASAP Rocky spent years under the shadow of his own gun charges. Rocky was facing 2 felony assault charges stemming from a shooting incident that occurred outside of the W Hotel in Hollywood on November 6, 2021. Rocky and his former friend Terrell Afron, known as ASAP Ray, had a confrontation on Hollywood Boulevard where Rocky allegedly aimed a gun at Afron's head and stomach. The 2 men had a deep history. Efron, along with Rocky and others, was a part of a New York-based rap collective called ASAP Mob. It was founded in 2006 by Stephen Rodriguez, also known as ASAP Yams. The group included rappers, music video directors, fashion designers, and bikers. They'd known each other since they were teenagers. But relationships inside the collective had fractured, and by 2021, the tension between Rocky and Ray had reached a breaking point. While on the stand, Ray testified. Rocky pointed a gun at his stomach and head during the action, before later firing the shots that grazed his knuckles. He also said Rocky threatened to kill him. The prosecution built their case almost entirely on Ray's testimony and surveillance footage that captured the sounds of gunshots echoing through the Hollywood night. But Rocky's defense, led by attorney Joe Tacopina, dismantled that narrative methodically. Rocky claimed he never fired any live bullets, but instead used a prop gun that only shoots blanks to fire 2 warning shots to break up a fight between Ray and ASAP Ills, another member of the ASAP Mob collective. However, the defense did not have the alleged prop gun in their possession. The defense brought in witnesses to back this up. He walked around with a prop like a starter pistol. ASAP 12 told the jury, "I've seen it on several occasions." 12 also said Ray told him to shoot that gun. 12 testified that when Rocky did fire the gun, it was only to deter Ray from attacking ASAP Ills. Tour manager Lou Levin, also known as ASAP Lou, testified as well. Levin said he told the rapper it made sense to carry the prop gun after Rocky's house had been broken into by a stalker and others. Security, and I thought it would be a good idea because of the prior violence. Levin said it's just a non-lethal form of self-defense. Levin said he got the gun from a video shoot in the summer of 2021. Then came the evidence problem, the massive hole in the prosecution's Tacopina drove a truck through. 2 days after the shooting, Ray himself brought 2 shell casings to police that he said he had found at the scene after 7 police officers searched the scene and found nothing. During the testimony of Sergeant Thomas Zizzo, the jury saw body camera footage of officers searching the area with flashlights and remarking on the lack of evidence at the scene. And then a critical revelation during the cross-examination. During one crucial moment in the trial, it was confirmed he was at a Los Angeles gun range in a video film just 2 weeks before the incident. This admission gave an opening for Rocky's lawyer to further a theory that Ray planted the 2 9mm shell casings purportedly found at the crime scene after police came up empty. Rocky alleged Efren made up the shooting story to extort him, citing Efren's $30 million civil lawsuit against him. The defense painted a picture of a man who saw dollar signs and manufactured evidence to cash in on his famous former friend. Rocky was facing up to 24 years in prison for his involvement in this case. He pleaded not guilty to the charges and turned down a plea deal of 180 days in jail. He gambled everything on a jury seeing the truth. Rihanna was in that courtroom, steadfast. Rihanna made several appearances at the trial, at times entering the courthouse publicly despite media attention. During closing arguments, she surprised many by bringing the couple's 2 sons, 2-year-old Riz and 1-year-old Rose. On February 18, 2025, the gamble paid off. A Los Angeles jury of 7 women and 5 men found ASAP Rocky not guilty. After deliberating for 3 hours, when the verdict was announced in a downtown Los Angeles courthouse, Rocky and his defense team were there, and the room erupted in joy and cheers. Rocky jumped over the stand to hug Rihanna and his mother Renee Black and sister Erica Mayers ASAP. Rocky opened up about his gun assault trial calling the experience gut-wrenching and nerve-wracking. He told Variety the ordeal taught him to focus on his own actions and that he felt blessed to get back to work. But that courtroom victory wouldn't be the last time guns would enter the cup, not even close. 13 months later, bullets would find their home again. This time, Not from a former friend with a grudge, but from a stranger with delusions no one saw coming. The person who pulled the trigger at Rihanna's home wasn't someone past. It wasn't a rival rapper. It wasn't connected to the ASAP mob drama. Ivana Lett Ortiz, 35, of Orlando, Florida, was charged with attempting to kill Rihanna with 10 counts of assault on a person with a semi-automatic firearm and 3 counts of shooting at an inhabited vehicle or dwelling. Deputy Public Defender Derek Dillman described his client as a 35-year-old speech pathologist, a woman who, on paper, had a professional career, a family, and a life in Florida. But behind that surface, the cracks had been forming for years. Ortiz was previously involuntarily committed under Florida's Baker Act per TMZ. She later lost custody of her 10-year-old child. An attorney for Ortiz's ex-husband, Hal Rann, was previously in Florida prior to 2023. That means she was placed in a psychiatric facility against her will under state law. The ex-husband's attorney described a woman whose outward presentation masked something volatile. Rann described Ivana as articulate and very believable. If you sit down with her, she's very convincing. But she does bizarre things, he explained. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, a Florida judge awarded her ex-husband full physical custody of their child in April 2024. Ortiz was fully stripped of all contact with the child, barring her from any in-person, phone, video, text, email, or third-party communication. Her legal troubles didn't stop at family court. Records show she was previously arrested in Florida in 2023 after an alleged domestic violence incident involving her ex-husband. According to the police report, Ortiz had sent threatening text messages before the confrontation. An officer later concluded that Ortiz was the primary aggressor in that case. And then there was the celebrity. Her legal run-ins extended into 2025 when she filed a verified emergency petition in court against Live Nation Worldwide and the city of Orlando, seeking to block a Billie Eilish concert at the Kia Center. It was an escalating pattern from rambling social media posts to legal filings to domestic violence to eventually a cross-country drive with a loaded rifle. Her social media trail before the shooting paints a disturbing picture of obsession. The video was entitled Praying Woman's Journal, Day 39. Ortiz says at the beginning that she is on a 60-day prayer channel. 60 episodes with the title Praying Woman's Journal were uploaded to Ortiz's YouTube. A total of 117 videos were uploaded to the channel. Those videos became a recurring target. In multiple videos uploaded to her YouTube channel, Ortiz accused the pop star of stealing her and claimed the singer was jealous of her. The videos show Ortiz delivering rambling accusations that portray Rihanna as an enemy and supernatural threat. In one video from January 4, 2026, she addressed the singer directly. In one video, the woman claimed Rihanna was trying to steal from me and accused the singer of using witchcraft. She framed the entire conflict as something spiritual, with herself as a holy warrior and Rihanna as a demonic force. In multiple videos, the entire conflict as a spiritual war, declaring that Rihanna and the devil may be loud. They may be very loud, but that's not power. The post became more direct over time. A post on a Facebook page appearing to belong to her stated, "Badiri, are you there? Because all I was waiting for your AIDS 5-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around." Other posts targeted Kim Kardashian, Cardi B, other celebrities, but Rihanna was the primary fixation and the one she eventually drove across the country to find the day of the shooting. Ortiz didn't act impulsively. This was calculated conduct. Deputy District Attorney Alexander Bott said she brought a loaded rifle, ammunition, and even a disguise in the form of a wig, which demonstrates planning. Chief Jim McDonald revealed that officers believe Ortiz drove from Florida to LA. That's roughly 2,500 miles, a drive that takes more than 35 hours. She arrived in a white Tesla Model 3 with a paper license plate. A chef working at the home reportedly told police she noticed a woman parked outside the residence earlier that day in a Tesla bot. Noticed her before the first shot was ever fired, but there was no context, no reason to assume a woman sitting in a car meant danger. Then in the early afternoon, Ortiz allegedly opened fire. The accused fired 20 shots from an AR-15 style rifle at Rihanna's Beverly Hills area home. The shooting lasted several seconds and could have been deadly. The bot said Ortiz showed a willingness to use a high-powered rifle in a residential neighborhood, putting numerous lives at risk. The devastation to the property was extensive. Bullets struck multiple areas of the property, including the exterior wall of a nursery. Bullets also struck a neighbor's home where 2 people were inside. The front gate was riddled with holes. The wooden fence was punctured, and the Airstream here Rihanna had been sitting by the window where ASAP Rocky was sleeping just feet away from his wife, took 3 direct impacts. After firing, Ortiz drove off, but was later located by police about 8 miles away from Rihanna's home. At the Sherman Oaks Galleria shopping center, LAP Chief Jim McDonald said a witness provided police the suspect's vehicle, and with the help of an lapped helicopter and automated license plate readers, they were able to locate Ortiz. When police arrested her in Sherman Oaks an hour after the shooting, Ortiz was carrying a black Springfield Armory rifle and 2 30-round rifle magazines. She legally owned the firearm. She was taken into custody without incident. In court, the case took its own turbulent turns. Ortiz has pleaded not guilty to 1 count of attempted murder, 10 counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and 3 counts of shooting at an inhabited dwelling. If convicted as charged, Ortiz faces of life in state prison. Her own lawyer has raised concerns about her mental fitness. The Florida woman who allegedly raked Rihanna's West LA home with rifle fire may be mentally unfit to stand trial, her attorney said in court. Deputy Public Defender Derek Dillman expressed a doubt that his client was competent to stand trial. But Ortiz herself pushed back hard. Ortiz told the court she wanted to move forward and said a probable cause hearing as soon as possible, despite her court-appointed lawyer raising doubt about her mental capacity. She even tried to get her lawyer a fire-door hearing, and when he attempted to schedule a future date in July, she demanded. Los Angeles County Judge Shannon Cooley ruled there was not enough